15 years to go into a meeting and have Peter Bogdanovich sitting across the room for me and sent me for this picture during the course of this hour and a half that I talked to him, you know.
For decades, whispered rumors have circulated through the dark corners of Hollywood backlots in Beverly Hills hotel suites. These are the stories that stagehands, assistants, and A-list insiders have been trading in hushed tones for over 40 years. Stories so raw, so shocking, and so intimate that no one dared speak them out loud, until now. At 82 years old, the last true cowboy of Hollywood, Sam Elliott, finally broke his silence. Behind closed doors with some of the biggest sex symbols of the 20th century, women the entire world dreamed of touching, he didn't find passion. He found pure nightmare fuel. From controlling directors who turned the bedroom into a film set, to germaphobes terrified of a single drop of sweat, to alpha queens who demanded total submission, and narcissists who only made love to their own reflection. These are the 9 most beautiful, most famous, and most disappointing lovers Sam Elliott ever endured in secret. Are these stories real, or just decades-old Hollywood poison? No one knows for sure, but damn, everybody wants to hear them. If you're ready to step behind the velvet curtain and hear the uncensored truth the tabloids were too scared to print, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on notifications, and join the Hollywood Files. Because what happens in the bedroom eventually gets whispered in the files. 1. Whoopi Goldberg, the comedian who turned the bedroom into a circus. It was the spring of 1987, and the rain was hammering down on the tin roof of Whoopi Goldberg's temporary rental apartment in the Hollywood Hills. The two of them had just wrapped another long day on the set of Fatal Beauty, that mismatched action flick the studios prayed would spark chemistry between the rugged Western icon and the wild-eyed comedian. Sam Elliott, fresh off a dusty day of stunt work, had accepted her invitation for a nightcap. He figured maybe, just maybe, the off-screen spark would finally catch. What he walked into was pure chaos. The place smelled like patchouli incense and old takeout. Tribal masks stared down from every wall, and a half-burned joint still smoldered in an ashtray shaped like a skull. Whoopi greeted him in an oversized Lakers jersey and nothing else, her dreadlocks wild, that signature gap-toothed grin flashing under the dim lamp. Sam, ever the gentleman, poured them both a whiskey and tried to ease into the moment with his low, gravelly voice, the same one that melted hearts on screen. What he walked into was pure chaos. The apartment smelled of patchouli incense and leftover takeout. Tribal masks stared down from every wall, and a half-burned joint still smoldered in a skull-shaped ashtray. Whoopi greeted him wearing an oversized Lakers jersey, her dreadlocks wild, that famous gap-toothed smile flashing in the dim light. Sam, ever the gentleman, poured them both a whiskey and tried to set a romantic mood with his deep, gravelly voice, the same voice that melted hearts on screen. The second he leaned in for a quiet moment, Whoopi burst into laughter, not a soft giggle, a full-on belly-shaking cackle that shook her whole body. "Oh my God, Sam," she gasped, slapping his chest. "That voice! You sound like a rusty pickup truck trying to start in the rain. Are you trying to seduce me or sell me a used horse?" He tried to laugh it off, but the mood was already breaking. For a few brief seconds there was silence. Then she pulled back with sparkling eyes and said, "Hold up, cowboy, do it again. Say something deep. I want to hear that engine rev one more time. Hold up, cowboy, do it again. Say something deep. I want to hear that engine rev one more time." That's when the real nightmare began. As clothes hit the floor and Sam tried to lose himself in the rhythm, Whoopi's brain simply refused to switch off. Right as things were heating up, she suddenly froze, stared at the ceiling with theatrical tragedy, and whispered, "Sam, you see that spider up there? Reminds me of my cat, Mr. Whiskers. He died last month. Alone, just like that. poor little bastard was the only thing that ever really got me. Tears welled up in her eyes, real tears, while Sam was still inside her, heart pounding, trying to process the emotional whiplash. Born Corinne Elaine Johnson in the projects of Manhattan, Whoopi had spent her whole life turning pain into punchlines. Abusive stepfather, dropped out of school at 14, survived on welfare, worked in a funeral parlor doing makeup on corpses just to eat. Comedy wasn't a gift for her, it was armor. But in that rain-soaked bedroom, the armor became a weapon. She flipped from sobbing about her dead cat to cracking jokes about Sam's Texas-sized everything mid-thrust, then back to asking if he ever felt lonely like her cat. One minute she was moaning, the next she was doing a full stand-up bit about white cowboys who think they can handle a black woman from the hood. The final straw came when she literally stopped everything, sat up naked on the bed, and launched into a 3-minute improvised routine mocking that slow, serious cowboy walk he had. She demanded he clap and cheer like it was an audience at the Comedy Store. Come on, Sam, rate it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny was that? When he just stared at her, speechless and completely deflated, she shrugged. Guess the show's over then. Sam left before dawn, soaked not from the rain, but from the sheer emotional exhaustion. He never looked at a Whoopi Goldberg movie the same way again. Behind the laughs and the Oscar, the woman was a walking mood killer. Brilliant, broken, and utterly unable to let anyone close without turning the most intimate moment into her one-woman circus. 2. Goldie Hawn, the innocent laugh that killed every hot moment. It was the late 1980s, right after they wrapped a lighthearted comedy project together in Hollywood. The sun had dipped below the Pacific, painting the sky in fiery orange, as Sam Elliott pulled up to Goldie Hawn's sprawling oceanfront villa in Malibu. The air smelled of salt, jasmine, and expensive candles. Goldie greeted him at the door in a tiny white sundress, barefoot, her famous blonde hair tousled like she'd just rolled out of bed. That signature megawatt smile lit up her face, the same smile that had made her America's sweetheart since Laugh-In days. Sam thought tonight might finally be different. He'd always found her bubbly energy charming on set. But the moment they stepped into her candlelit bedroom overlooking the crashing waves, the nightmare began. Every time the heat built, Goldie shattered it with another naive, awkward question, delivered in that trademark ditzy tone. She turned the most passionate moments into clumsy teenage comedy. Sam felt like he was seducing a giggling high school girl instead of one of Hollywood's biggest comedy stars. Behind that eternal sunshine image lay a darker history. Born Goldie Jean Hawn in Washington, D.C. to a Jewish mother and Presbyterian musician father, she danced ballet from age 3, but dropped out of college to chase stardom. 2 failed marriages, multiple affairs, including the very public one with Kurt Russell that began while she was still married, and accusations from ex-husband Bill Hudson that she pushed for an open marriage while cheating relentlessly. The tabloids whispered she had a string of secret lovers, even while raising her kids. That innocent giggle had apparently masked a chaotic private life full of broken promises and bedroom hopping. The final blow came when Goldie suddenly reached under the pillow and pulled out her beloved childhood teddy bear. She hugged it to her chest, looked at Sam with those big eyes, and started chatting sweetly to the stuffed animal right in the middle of everything. "Mr. Snuggles, don't be scared. Sam's being really nice tonight." She kept whispering to the bear, asking its opinion, completely breaking any remaining illusion of adult intimacy. Sam felt like he was performing in front of a child. He rolled away, dressed in silence, and left before the Malibu sunrise. Goldie Hawn may have been everyone's favorite bubbly blonde on screen, but in the bedroom, she turned passion into awkward playground games. If you're loving these raw, never-before-heard Hollywood Files stories, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. More shocking secrets are coming. 3. Cybill Shepherd, the nonstop mouth that tortured every silent moment. The year was 1983. The Yellow Rose Western series was filming in the dusty Texas heat, and tensions were already high on set. One stormy night, thunder cracking across the black sky, Sam Elliott invited Cybill Shepherd back to his hotel room in Austin under the classic "let's run lines" excuse. Rain lashed the windows as Cybill arrived in a tight red dress, looking every bit the former beauty queen from Memphis. Long legs, perfect hair, that cool, confident smile. What started as flirtation quickly spiraled into auditory hell. The moment the door clicked shut, Cybill's mouth switched on and never turned off. She launched into a nonstop monologue about the day's shoot, how the director had butchered her lines, how the lighting made her look washed out from the left side, how the caterer's fried chicken was going to give her breakouts. Sam tried to slow things down, pulling her into a deep kiss, hoping silence would finally take over. For maybe 3 seconds, their lips locked. Then she pulled back for air and immediately continued mid-sentence. Anyway, like I was saying, if that idiot producer cuts one more scene of mine, I'm calling my lawyer tomorrow. Clothes started coming off, but Cybill's mouth never stopped. She complained about the rough hotel sheets, saying they felt like sandpaper. She griped about the air conditioning being too cold, and right when the moment should have been getting intense, she casually asked, "You think they'll serve tacos for lunch tomorrow? I'm so sick of that greasy Tex-Mex food. It always makes me bloated." The nonstop talking was relentless. Her mind was everywhere except in that room. Backstage gossip, arguments with the director, tomorrow's shooting schedule. Sam, a man who loved quiet connection and peaceful silence, felt like he was trapped inside a broken radio that refused to turn off. Cybill's reputation for being difficult wasn't new. The former model turned actress had already burned bridges in Hollywood. Her explosive on-set feud with Bruce Willis during Moonlighting would later become legendary. Co-stars said they genuinely hated each other, with Cybill's diva behavior and constant talking driving everyone crazy. Behind the glamorous facade lay a woman who used words like "yarmer," multiple failed relationships, a string of high-profile flings, and a kiss-and-tell memoir that spilled bedroom secrets about other famous men. She simply couldn't stop performing, even when the camera was off and the lights were low. The breaking point came when, right at the edge of climax, Cybill started analyzing Sam's technique out loud like a film critic. "You know, you're a little too slow on the build-up, honey. Bruce was faster, but you've got better shoulders." That was it. Sam sat up, stared at the ceiling, and let out a long, defeated sigh. He spent the rest of the stormy night on the couch while Cybill kept talking to herself in the bedroom. Years later, when he heard Bruce Willis had nearly lost his mind over Cybill's non-stop chatter on Moonlighting, Sam just smirked. He knew exactly how that felt. Cybill Shepherd had the face of a goddess and the voice of a malfunctioning loudspeaker. Beautiful, but deadly to romance. If these jaw-dropping bedroom confessions from Hollywood's golden era have you hooked, make sure you're subscribed to Hollywood Files with notifications on. The wildest stories are still ahead. 4. Farrah Fawcett, the porcelain doll, terrified of a man's sweat. It was the blistering summer of 1981 on the set of Murder in Texas. The midday sun was cooking the Texas plains at nearly 100 degrees, but inside Farrah Fawcett's luxurious air-conditioned trailer, the temperature felt like a sterile operating room. Sam Elliott, still dusty and sweaty from an outdoor horse riding scene, knocked on her door during the lunch break. The legendary red swimsuit poster girl opened it wearing nothing but a silk robe, her iconic feathered blonde hair perfectly styled, makeup flawless even in the brutal heat. What should have been a steamy, stolen moment quickly turned into one of the coldest experiences of Sam's life. The second he stepped inside and tried to pull her close, Farrah recoiled as if he'd burned her. Her eyes locked onto the single bead of sweat rolling down his temple. "Sam, no," she whispered, voice laced with genuine panic. "You're sweating. Please, can you wipe that off first?" Before he could react, she was already grabbing wet wipes and hand sanitizer like a nurse preparing for surgery. Every time his rough hands touched her perfect skin, she tensed up and reached for another wipe. "Careful with the hair. I just had it set for 2 hours." The nightmare escalated quickly. Farrah wasn't just neat, she was completely obsessed with cleanliness. She made Sam go shower twice while she sprayed the sheets with disinfectant. When he returned, she handed him a towel and said sweetly but firmly, "One more time, honey, just to be safe." The air in the trailer smelled strongly of bleach and expensive perfume instead of romance. The moment was completely ruined when she stared at a drop of sweat on his chest and whispered, "Bacteria from the set could ruin my skin." Behind her angelic Charlie's Angels image was a woman trapped by her own perfection. Farrah had risen from Texas beauty queen to global sex symbol, but the pressure came at a high cost. Multiple plastic surgeries, strict diets, and a well-known fear of germs that reportedly grew worse after her divorce from Lee Majors. The final breaking point came when she suddenly pulled out 2 condoms and insisted he use both for extra protection. She even timed his 3rd shower with a small egg timer on her vanity. Sam stood there in the freezing trailer, feeling less like a desired man and more like a contaminated specimen. He finally pulled on his boots, tipped his cowboy hat, and walked back into the blazing Texas sun, muttering, "I belong to the road dust more than this icebox." And speaking of women who treated the bedroom like their personal stage, the next story takes narcissism to a whole new level. 5. Raquel Welch, the lover who only made love to the mirror. Back in the well-glamorous 1970s, after a star-studded party in Beverly Hills, Sam Elliott found himself driving through the winding canyons with the ultimate sex symbol of the era sitting beside him in a barely there red dress. Raquel Welch, the woman who had set the world on fire in her fur bikini in 1 million years BC, invited him back to her sprawling Los Angeles mansion. The night air was warm, the champagne was flowing, and Sam believed he was about to step into pure paradise. He had no idea he was walking into a hall of mirrors, literally. Raquel's bedroom was breathtaking. Red velvet drapes, Persian rugs, and mirrors everywhere. On every wall, on the vanity, and a massive one mounted directly on the ceiling above the enormous bed. The moment they entered, Raquel didn't look at Sam. She walked straight to the largest mirror, admiring her own reflection, running her hands over her legendary curves and tossing her thick dark hair. Sam approached from behind, wrapping his strong arms around her waist and kissing her shoulder. Raquel didn't turn around. Instead, she watched their reflection in the glass like she was directing a scene. "We look good together, don't we?" she whispered, eyes never leaving her own image. As the night grew more intimate, the truth hit Sam like a cold wave. Raquel wasn't really connecting with him at all. She was completely lost in her own reflection. Every movement, every glance was carefully positioned for the mirrors surrounding them. She kept tilting her head, adjusting her posture to catch the most flattering angle in the ceiling mirror, as if she were performing for an invisible camera. Sam gently tried to turn her face toward him, hoping for a real moment of connection, but she softly resisted. "I like seeing us like this, Sam," she whispered, eyes still locked on her own image. "It's so beautiful this way." The deeper they went, the more alone he felt. He was holding one of the most desired women on the planet, yet her soul was somewhere far away, lost in her own reflection. She treated him like a living prop, useful only to make her look even more stunning in the private movie playing in her head. Raquel's obsession with her image wasn't new. The daughter of a Bolivian engineer and English mother, she had fought tooth and nail to escape typecasting as just the body. But fame had twisted her. Behind closed doors, her narcissism reportedly destroyed several high-profile relationships. Insiders whispered she once delayed an entire film production because she didn't like how she looked in the dailies, and that her home was filled with custom mirrors designed specifically for optimal self-viewing. The most shocking rumor? Raquel had commissioned special two-way mirrors installed around and above the bed so she could admire herself from every possible angle during intimacy, and she strictly forbade Sam from blocking any of those precious views. By the time the first light of dawn crept through the curtains, Sam slipped out quietly. He felt no anger, only a strange pity. He had come looking for a woman, but he left having spent the night with a goddess who could only truly love her own reflection. If you think that level of self-obsession is wild, wait until you hear what happened when Sam stepped into the bedroom with one of Hollywood's most powerful and controlling superstars. 6. Jane Fonda, an aerobics class. Can you imagine the bedroom becoming a personal gym session? With a stopwatch, critique sheet, and a Hollywood legend barking orders like a drill sergeant? That's exactly the nightmare Sam Elliott walked into in the mid-1980s, and it left him wondering if he'd accidentally signed up for Jane Fonda's next fitness video instead of a night of passion. It happened at her private ranch in the rolling hills of California. The two had met through shared political circles, anti-war rallies, and activist fundraisers. And one quiet weekend, away from the cameras, Jane invited Sam out for what she called a little downtime at the farm. The sun was setting over the oak trees when they slipped into her rustic chic master bedroom. Candles flickered, country music played low, and for a moment, Sam thought the legendary firebrand might finally let her guard down. He was dead wrong. The second their bodies touched, Jane flipped a switch. She turned the entire encounter into a meticulously choreographed aerobic routine. 1, 2, deeper, Sam. Come on, engage the core. She counted out loud while adjusting his hips like a personal trainer. Every thrust, every position came with real-time feedback. Slower on the build-up. You're rushing the rhythm again. When Sam tried to lose himself in the heat of the moment, she actually sat up mid-act, grabbed a small notebook from the nightstand, and jotted notes. You're lacking stamina on the third set, cowboy. We need to work on your endurance. Behind the famous workout tapes and Oscar-winning roles was a woman who had spent decades controlling every aspect of her image and body. Jane Fonda, daughter of Henry Fonda, Vietnam War protester, multiple divorcee, had battled bulimia, endured public scandals over her Hanoi Jane photos, and built an empire on fitness videos that sold millions. But that same around discipline poisoned her private life. Insiders whispered she treated lovers like projects to be optimized, with ex-husbands later admitting her improvement lists extended all the way into the bedroom. The final humiliation came when Jane reached under the pillow, pulled out a sleek digital stopwatch and a pre-printed scorecard, and started timing each set. She rated Sam on form, pace, and overall performance, then casually mentioned she'd type up a full improvement report and email it to him the next day. Just like I do with my trainers. Sam, the ultimate strong, silent cowboy, felt completely emasculated. He dressed in silence, walked out into the cool California night, and never looked back. Jane Fonda could motivate millions to sweat for fitness, but in the bedroom, she made one of Hollywood's toughest men feel like a failing student in her private aerobics class. And if you think that level of control was intense, wait until you hear what happened when Sam found himself in bed with an actress who couldn't tell where the movie ended and real life began. 7. Jessica Lange, the actress who got so lost in character, she cried in bed. How far is too far when an actress brings her Oscar-winning method acting straight into the bedroom? For Sam Elliott, the answer came in the late 1980s during a steamy New York hotel night that felt less like passion and more like an intense psychological drama rehearsal. They were shooting a dark, emotional film together in the city that never sleeps. After a long day of heavy scenes, Jessica Lange invited Sam back to her luxurious suite at the Plaza Hotel. The room was dimly lit with soft lamps, the skyline glittering outside the tall windows, and a bottle of red wine already breathing on the nightstand. Jessica looked every bit the sultry screen siren. Tousled hair, smoky eyes, that quiet intensity that had won her multiple Academy Awards. But the moment things turned intimate, the nightmare unfolded. Jessica didn't just get into the mood, she completely disappeared into her character. Right as the moment grew intimate, Her expression suddenly changed. Tears filled her eyes, and soon she was sobbing heavily. "I can't," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I keep seeing her, the woman I'm playing. She lost everything. Her child, her lover, just like this." She clung to him tightly, crying harder while Sam tried to stay in the moment. Every time he tried to comfort her or slow things down, she dove even deeper into the role, reciting lines from the script between tears. The entire night turned into an unplanned acting workshop. Jessica insisted he call her by the character's name. When he hesitated, she stopped everything and said, No, we have to do the scene again from the top. You missed the emotion." She made him restart the whole sequence like they were on set, giving him blocking notes and direction. "Feel the tragedy, Sam, channel the loss." Jessica's legendary method acting was both her greatest strength and her curse. Raised in a small town in Minnesota, she was known for throwing herself so deeply into roles that she sometimes lost herself for weeks. Insiders said this intensity had affected more than one relationship because it was almost impossible for anyone to compete with the emotional ghosts of her characters. If you're still with us through these jaw-dropping Hollywood Files confessions, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the final two stories are the most explosive yet. 8. Barbra Streisand, the director who couldn't turn off the camera. What happens when one of Hollywood's most powerful women brings her director's chair into the bedroom? In the mid-1970s, Sam Elliott found out the hard way at Barbra Streisand's luxurious Malibu mansion. They were supposed to be discussing his possible role in A Star is Born. Instead, the moment things turned intimate, Barbra switched into full director mode. "Wait, Sam, turn your face to the right. The light hits your jaw better." She adjusted his hands, warned him not to mess up her perfectly styled hair, and even paused mid-passion to straighten a crooked silk pillow. Every kiss, every touch felt like a rehearsed scene with constant notes. "Too fast, slower, don't block my face." The perfectionist who controlled every frame of her career couldn't switch off, not even in bed. Sam felt like a wooden prop in her private movie. When he finally told her, "You can direct the world, but you can't direct real emotion," he dressed and left. He lost the role, but gained a hard lesson. Perfection kills passion. Barbra Streisand made magic on screen, but in the bedroom, she turned desire into the most exhausting, perfectly lit scene Sam had ever endured. 9. Cher, the alpha queen who turned the bedroom into her personal stage. Ready for the ultimate power play? This is the most dominant story of them all. In 1985, after filming Mask, Cher invited Sam Elliott to her lavish suite at the Beverly Hills Hotel. The second the door closed, she took complete control. Dressed in tight black leather with her wild hair flying, she barked orders like a queen. "Harder, faster, don't be so gentle, cowboy." She allowed no room for Sam's natural masculinity. Every move was corrected, every rhythm dictated. She turned the bedroom into her personal stage and sex into a sport she had to win. When Sam tried to slow down and connect, she shut it down instantly. The night peaked when Cher demanded he wear leather, get on his knees, and call her queen repeatedly. If he didn't obey, she threatened to stop and call her manager. By morning, Sam slipped out quietly, feeling completely drained. The alpha female with the massive ego had left no space for anyone else. Cher was a blazing superstar, but in bed, she became a Category 5 storm that overwhelmed everything in her path. And that wraps up Sam Elliott's 9 most shocking bedroom confessions from Hollywood's golden era. So, which one of these 9 Hollywood goddesses shocked you the most? Was it the perfectionist director, the alpha queen, or the mirror-obsessed sex symbol? Drop your answer in the comments below. I want to know. If you couldn't get enough of these raw, never-before-heard Hollywood Files stories, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on notifications, and join the family. Part 2 is already in the works. Even darker, even wilder secrets from the Golden Age are coming soon. See you in the next one, if you dare.